forecast. Here's KATC Chief Meteorologist Rob Perillo.
Welcome back. Well, the heat's going to stay on, so will the heat index, and a little bit more of that atmospheric haze and dust moving in for the middle part of the week. Unfortunately, though, rain chances down now, but they'll be going up in time for the big holiday weekend, so we'll have to work around that, but it shouldn't be a major deal. So let's take a look at the big picture across the Bayou State, and generally fair to partly cloudy skies. Did see a few pop-up showers across the area, got a little bit of a thunderstorm in southwest Mississippi, but most of the radar is locally not indicating a whole lot going on. Few small sprinkles and dying down of loneliness between Sunset, Grand Coteau, and Opelousas, and just to the west of Leonville. And the other showers that we've seen on the radar dissipating. Should be a quiet night tonight. We do have some more active storms off to our north where there's less of a ridge of high pressure, and then back to the west across Texas associated with a dry line. Weak disturbance there, but that's going to stay there for several more days. Meanwhile, we're kind of under the influence of a pretty good subtropical ridge that's dominating across the Gulf, keeping it quiet here. The Caribbean is quiet as well. Strong upper level winds here, so that is good news. And the Hurricane Center is keeping an eye on this little bit of a thunderstorm cluster out here, but it's going to run into a hostile environment, so chance of development very low at 10%. Maybe something develop here, but that's going to move out into the ocean, so no major threats, and that is the good news. And if we track that African dust, it looks like we get another little slug coming in for Wednesday into Thursday before a little bit of a upper level trough comes in and tries to reduce those that dust, but then it tries to come back in. But notice as we go across the Atlantic basin, we still see plenty of dust, but it's getting a little bit more fractured, and that's going to be the trend in the weeks ahead. So look out as we get into the latter part of July, certainly August. We'll be watching those waves coming off the African coast. Near term, we have enough blue in the area to keep rain chances down low, but not much blue sky because of the haze that'll be moving in. But notice this red right here. This is a little bit of a frontal trough along the Gulf Coast. That moves in for Friday, and that will enhance our rain chances Friday. And it looks like for a good part of the weekend, rain chance probably bouncing between 40 and 60% this weekend, and then maybe even a slug of moisture a week from today, but a week out we're still in nebulous land. But we could get a good soaking on a few of these days for now. Elsewhere, the Pacific looks to stay active in the tropics, and much of the Atlantic tropics staying at bay in this 10-day forecast. So that is the good news as we go into the middle part of next week. Near term, it's about the heat and the humidity. Tomorrow at 1 o'clock, temperatures around 90, dew points in the mid-70s. So our heat index approaching the low 100s, and we do it all over again as we head into Wednesday with heat indices even hotter as you get farther to the north. But some of this heat will be limited by that haze that moves into the area as we go into Wednesday, but it doesn't help on the humidity, unfortunately. So a sticky night ahead with those muggy conditions continuing. A slight tropical breeze out there to take the edge off of temperatures in the upper 70s, which is several degrees above normal. Right near normal during the day, though, tomorrow, 91 the high, that heat index 100 to 102, and maybe a little haze moving in tomorrow. We'll see it more so as we get into Wednesday and Thursday into the weekend. This is when we see those rain chances going up, and they'll stay up for 4 or 5 days. That's been the pattern over the last couple of weeks, and then eventually the rain chances come back down. But in the near term, Jim, awfully hot out there with those heat indices in the low 100s, and the sky's getting gray once again for a couple of days, but won't be as thick as last Thursday, Friday.
I noticed during your forecast you're really emphasizing hot.